friends, welcome to Mimi's Mixed Bag. Today I'm participating with many talented ladies in a collab called Useful DIY for the Home. It is hosted by the channels MomDas, Life Handmade, and Michelle from My Cozy Home. Their channel links will be down below along with a playlist when it becomes available. And now the title of our collab was Useful DIY, and I thought that I would make these tissue rolls useful today instead of throwing them away. I throw away several a week, and so for the last couple weeks I've been collecting them, and I'm going to make a summer wreath, a watermelon theme wreath using these. Now I'm going to do one on camera and I'm going to do one off camera. If you don't have the cardboard tubes, you can always just make you some tubes with cardstock or scrapbook paper, and you can get a very similar look just using paper tubes. The base of both wreaths will be a cardboard circle, and I'm cutting out a pizza box. When I come back to you, I'll have my cardboard cut and prepped, and then I'm going to paint these tubes watermelon colors using a pinky red, and then about 1 inch from the top a greenish color. That's pretty self-explanatory, where you don't necessarily have to see me paint it, but you'll see what they look like when I get done. All right, so I'm going to catch you up where I'm at now. I've got my cardboard circle cut out and I've got it painted the watermelon color, and what I did is just painted it like a Christmas red and put like 1 drop of pink in it, and it just made it a little softer red and more of a watermelon color. And here is my little center medallion that I'm going to put in the center of my wreath, and I put a coat of Mod Podge on the top of it because I've got some stickers that are going to go on that, and I want to make sure they stick. Sometimes they won't stick on flat matte paint. Alright, now I want to show you a little close-up of my little paper tubes. I painted a little bit inside there just so that when you're seeing the wreath from the side, it still looks green inside. But I wanted to show you how I was getting the watermelon lines here. I painted just 1 inch of it at the top, and then just on the edge end mark of my sponge brush, I just did little marks like that. Went all around the tube until I felt like it was marked enough. It just gives a great little watermelon rind look to the paper tubes. Alright, so the next step I'm going to do, all of my tubes I'm going to staple at the end of it, just about 1/2 inch up. Alright, now that I've got all my tubes stapled at the bottom, I'm going to take some rickrack here and hot glue where the green and the red meet, just to finish it off. Because you know, in a real watermelon, the inner rind right there is a little lighter color. But I also want to tell you that I did use 2 different greens, of course, just a dark green and a light green. It doesn't matter what 2 greens, as long as one is light and one's dark, you'll get that watermelon look. But that will finish off the little watermelon tubes. And make sure your seam is in the back so it won't show. I'm going to do that before I hot glue on the base. Alright, I have my rickrack on there now, and they are really coming together cute. Now take any kind of marker or even a felt tip pen and color in some little teardrop seeds. I'm going to put at least 6 on each tube, and then once I get it all hot glued in place, you may see a spot where you might need to put 1, but I'm going to put about 6 on the front and side. Alright, my next step, I'm just going to place these around the cardboard base until I get it covered. Once I get my first 4 hot glued into place and I know they are under my centerpiece, then I can just kind of eyeball the 2 that go in between. Alright, I've got all my tubes hot glued on there now, and I tell you, you got to be really careful because you can accidentally show one of those staples if you're not careful. I still need to put my words onto my centerpiece. I thought I had some white stickers, but I didn't, so I ended up having to cut out some vinyl Sweet Summertime. I'm going to apply that onto my center. And then I bought this ribbon that had the watermelon colors, and I tell you, I'm debating on whether or not I even need to use this, because this is really turning out even cuter than I imagined. So I'm going to finish it without the bow, and then I can always use that ribbon for something else. So let me put the finishing touches on it, and then I'll show you both wreath ideas. Okay friends, here is my useful DIY challenge projects. I got 2 different looks going on here. Here's my Sweet Summertime made with the toilet paper tubes. Now you could actually make this one even bigger with if you kept your paper towel rolls full size. But just be mindful of the staples. Like I said earlier, a couple of mine are showing, but you would have to just really look to see them. And the only reason why I started to put a bow in the first place is because my little wooden centerpiece had a hole for a hanger, and I was going to cover it up. But it really, with the shadow, it just looks like a watermelon seed. So I'm just going to leave it off, and I think it looks adorable without it. But here is the yellow version. I actually miscounted when I was gluing my tubes on, and I ended up having to make 4 more tubes. So this one's made with 16 paper tubes and just gives you a whole different look. I even flattened them out, but if you use fewer tubes, you can keep them more tube shape. I took a small piece of the tube and kind of raised my centerpiece a little bit just to give that a little different elevated look. Just real happy with how they turned out, and I hope that you will give your cardboard tubes a second look before you throw them away, and know that you can make something really adorable for your wall or door for the season. So be sure and check out the other participants. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.